Welcome back. All right, so another news of the day video for all you fine people to round out the 5th of September, starting with three professional tryouts. So Danton Heinen signs a tryout with the Bruins. I like that one a lot. Heinen was a third liner through most of his time in Boston. The Bruins could use some help at forward. He can add enough points that I think that'll definitely help as well. So we'll see whether or not he earns himself a contract. Stefan Matteau signs a tryout with the Columbus Blue Jackets looking for a contract. So Columbus has, what, 4 guys now on tryouts? It's a bunch. Keeping in mind, of course, that some of these players will already have AHL contracts signed, and they're just trying to add an NHL component to that contract. Jean-Francois Barroway has been signed to a professional tryout by the LA Kings. He, of course, is a veteran goaltender, has played at the AHL level as well as the NHL level, and could be a good number 3/number 4 in the organization for the LA Kings. So we'll see which ones of those, if any of those, end up catching on at the NHL level and getting themselves a contract. Now, we've been waiting on signings from the PWHL. Their social media is so quiet, and again, I think that's a tactical error on their part. You'd like to see some hype being built. I understand they're not going to play until January, but build up a little hype. So Ottawa tried today. They were the first team to announce signings. Emily Clark, Brianne Jenner, and Emerance Mashmeyer have all signed with Ottawa. And as expected, they're all Canadian players who've played on Team Canada. And there are 2 rumored signings. Jeff Merrick saying that Marie-Philippe Poulin will be joining Montreal. Not a huge surprise there. And that Sarah Nurse will be signing with the Toronto team. So that'll be a couple of big signings there. Nurse, of course, one of the more well-known of the players. She's also been on Sportsnet, and being in Toronto means that before the season starts, after the season's done, she can be on Sportsnet and do her analysis there as well. So there's 5 signings there, and we'll see how everything goes. But again, it does feel like on social media, if they want to get the hype, they're going to have to really step up their game a little bit. Now, if you're a Florida fan and wondering when the defense is going to get healthy, it's apparently going to be a while, and there's no defined dates as of yet. So both for Ekblad and Montour, the timeline for Bill Zito is between November and January. So my guess is that, I'll say of the 2, let's just say Montour returns earlier than Ekblad at any rate. They have signed enough defensemen in the offseason. They have enough defensemen in their system that they should be okay. And if it was, say, early November when they get one of those defensemen back, that would help a lot. The later that these players come back, the more it could negatively impact the season for the Florida Panthers. But, yeah, November to January I don't think is a great timeline. I would look for that to get tightened up a little bit over the coming month. I'll say by the middle of next month, we should have a better idea for when Montour and Ekblad are going to return to the lineup. But that's why they signed OEL. That's why they went out and got Zmikel, all right? They picked up 2. There's some pickups there, and there's still some good defensemen there, too. So we'll see how Florida adjusts in the meantime. Also, in Arizona Coyotes news, kind of, sort of, Andrew Barroway. He was suspended by the NHL when the domestic violence charge came out. That the charges, the domestic violence charges, it's more than one. Those charges have been dropped. So now that those charges have been dropped against the minority owner of the Arizona Coyotes, we'll see if the NHL then reinstates him. I would think they'd kind of have to. There's not much else that they can do unless they start their own investigation, but I don't think that's very likely in this case. And so, yeah, for Andrew Barroway, the charges get dropped. A lot less attention when charges get dropped than when they happen, but hey, that's the nature of things. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And yeah, Kessel doesn't have a tryout yet. We don't see tryouts for a lot of other players we're waiting on, like Tatar. But there's still time. We've got roughly a month before the season starts. So let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe. Easy for me to say. And hey, thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.